You might not find anybody.
Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте.
No stra. Zdra.
Zdra.
Yeah. Zdravstojte.
Zdravstvoyte.
Zdra.
Stra.
Zdravstojte.
Just saying hello here from in Russian, from Russia.
Zdravstojte.
So for all of my Russian viewers, how are we doing on our Russian? Not so good. We want to talk to you guys about something that we find super useful and meaningful in our lives. And it's the topic of taking a mandatory, I wouldn't say mandatory, a scheduled day of rest every week. So you guys have probably noticed now a bit of a routine, bit of a pattern on our trip. It's been broken up a little bit lately because we've had some unscheduled times of rest where we had to hang out for a week or two or something in a certain spot. But a principle that we've seen on a macro scale on this trip in the last 3 months and in a micro scale on our entire lives is the concept of taking one day of rest that we schedule every week. And that's something that, I don't know, you can talk a bit about that from this trip. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it has been essential, at least for us, that we are used to it, and we have found that we get so many benefits from stopping a day a week.
Yeah.
And always the same day.
Здравствуйте.
Didn't work.
No.
Well,
There we go.
okay.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you.
See, we got
Hey,
them.
they recognized. Oh, that was good.
Recognized it.
Just
That was
love
good.
Okay. First hello we have.
I know, it's amazing. Yeah,
The language. It's language.
when you
it's essential.
when you speak their language, it makes a big
Yeah.
difference.
You can't say hello.
No,
Say hello, nobody understands.
nobody has a clue.
Здравствуйте.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're saying that finding this always the same day to rest and to re-energize has been critical on this trip because the trip has been demanding. I think we knew there was going to be demanding.
I
But
think
once
we had
you're
an
into
idea.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
think-
expecting there was going to be demanding because I had high expectations of being something that we're going to the unknown.
Yeah,
Okay?
exactly.
I knew that.
Yeah.
But
But the actual, I knew it was going to be tiring, but there was a lot of physical. I fly every day for a living. So for me to fly 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day, 8 hours a day, that's kind of a normal thing for me. So that part of it, I was expecting to be just normal. But there was a lot of physical, when you add many different elements. So you're adding the flying. Flying is tiring to begin with. So doing a 6 or 7 or 8 hour day of flying is tiring. But
it
then
depends also on the legs, right? Some of the
Yeah.
legs are just, you have so many things to do.
Exactly.
There are other ones are more relaxing.
Exactly. So when you add so many other factors on top of it, the extra amount of
the day ends,
yeah,
and we have some new planning to do.
exactly.
That
yeah.
was the one that
yeah,
really
and
killed
it doesn't end, right? And then you have factors of stress of weather that exhausts you, and then just the logistics planning. You don't know. There's the anticipation, so you don't know what to expect ahead because it's all new territory, new countries, and stuff like that. So we found that you start the week on Sunday and you start going through the week, and as you start rolling around to Thursday, Friday, there's this big relief knowing that you have a day, Saturday, coming up ahead that is going to be a day off from all your planning, all your flying, all your normal activities, and you're just going to take one day that's totally separate, and you have no mandatory tasks to do, and you're going to just be able to have a day of rest. Today is an amazing Saturday for us. We're out in the woods, out in nature. Our hotel here is just kind of located 20 minutes from town, and so this is for us the ultimate.
Yeah. And we do that on a trip, and we do it in our lives, right?
Yeah.
I've been doing it all my life, and there's a reason behind it. And it's personal, and we just find that everybody that has been viewing is just almost part of our family now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we figured out at the end of the trip, well, let's share with him. Let's share with him why we do this.
Yeah.
And again, it's very just sharing from our hearts and letting you know the reason behind it, right? Why we chose Saturdays.
Yeah.
And what impact it has on our lives.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you want to share? Or?
Yeah, so Saturday for us, it's because of our religious beliefs. Our religious beliefs from the Bible basically talk about that Saturday is a day of rest. God set that up from the very beginning of the earth.
We believe we were designed that way.
Yeah, we were designed that way. God had a very special principle in mind when he designed that we would take one day every week as two main purposes. One as a day of rest, physical rest, to kind of recalibrate the body, and then also a reminder. We need a reminder for all kinds of things on Earth, and so it's just a reminder that we weren't evolved from nothing, that we were created by a creator.
That's what we believe.
That's what we believe, and I know that there's atheists, agnostics, Buddhists, Muslims.
We respect all.
We respect
all
every
and love all.
religion and belief. This is something that's personal for us because we've tested it in our lives, and I've tested it in my helicopter career. Not flying on Saturdays and I'll maybe share that in a totally different video. Hello.
Hello. Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте. I'll probably share that in another video of sort of my story of becoming a helicopter pilot and not working on Saturdays, because that's actually it was a big challenge for me, and is part of why I chose the
define that's almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. Mostly impossible. Yeah, and how that sort of shaped my career and the paths that I chose and stuff like that. So, but basically, the biggest thing that we want to share with this video is just the powerful impact that we found, and the need for it. Like, I think, and so for me, in my life, I've seen this many times in all different spectrums and different things, that it's very easy because a lot of people will say, oh yeah, well, when I get tired, I take a day of rest. I might work 2 weeks solid and then I'll take a day of rest, or whatever. Different people have different principles in their lives, and I found that for me personally doesn't work, because it's so easy to get caught up in just the day-to-day stuff and just say, that day of rest can wait till tomorrow. It can wait till tomorrow, and I have so many things that I got to do. I don't have time to take a day. And so you just get caught up in the schedule, and pretty soon, it was a nice intention, it was a nice idea, but all of a sudden that day of rest just kind of gets forgotten about, and you take it here and there, kind of thing.
It's also the way we are designed, right? Because we have, weeks are very important. The time of a week, the same thing, you don't sleep for a week, right? And you have to sleep every day. Well, you can skip 1 or 2 days, but then you really feel the consequences. Also, the seasons of the year, right?
Yeah.
Everything is in sync of, there's a moment for everything, and it actually syncs always at the same time. So the concept of a week, we have 7 days, and we rest on the 7th day, because we want to follow the principle that our designer, God, has given us as a console to do. We have applied that in our lives, and it really works. Yeah. So that's a sharing that we want to believe here, that it really works for us. And this trip, we didn't want to change that. Yeah. And we scheduled the whole thing. Yeah. And there has been changes that we had to. It would probably be better to fly on a Saturday that day. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But we stick to the program, and we stick with this principle. And you know what? At the end, it's almost ending. It's going to be a blessing. We have found that has been a tremendous blessing for us. So again, it's this personal sharing that we wanted to have with our viewers. Yeah. And why don't you leave some comments below? We'll see what you think.
Yeah, see what you guys' thoughts are.
People are going to say, "Oh, you guys are crazy." We have seen some, really awesome comments.
Amazing.
Now and then, some comments that come in that we just have to respect and sometimes ignore. But
exactly. And I know there's going to be some of that, and we're not here to try and impose our thoughts or beliefs on you guys, or to preach or anything. It's purely
the trip is all about sharing.
We felt that this is a principle that has been powerful in our lives. So I thought it would be, because this is a platform where there's so many people that look at other people and say, you know what, that's something that's really powerful that they do, and maybe it could work for me. And so we thought, you know what, instead of just keeping this as something that we just do ourselves, why don't we share it with you guys? If you guys want to try it, that's cool. If it works for you, that's amazing. But yeah, it's working for us. It's worked for me for the last 32 years.
It makes a difference.
And it makes a huge
difference.
Try it, yeah.
You'll see that will make a difference.
Yeah, so, Zdravstvuся.
She has some here for
words. And I didn't say it right either.
Zdravstvucia.
Zdravstvucia. Yes.
Zdravstvucia.
Now, how do you say goodbye? Yeah, we're gonna Google that. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and we're gonna talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye.